All right, well, it's 2016. We're here with the cast of the originals at TVLine's Comic-Con Suite, presented by ZTE. Before we get into season 4, I actually think somebody here has a joke they'd like to share with the group.
I do have a joke.
This is exciting.
Last year, I shared a Pokemon joke, and since then, Pokemon has become the coolest thing.
Because of your joke.
Because of my joke. So it's not actually a joke, it's a pickup line.
Ooh.
I'm going to direct it at you.
I'm ready.
Do you want to go Pokemon hunting tonight? Because I want to catch a Pikachu.
Oh,
hey girl.
And
he's wearing Pikachu.
And I'm wearing Pikachu.
That's more perfect.
That could not be more appropriate. Talking about season 4,
Yes.
I let out an audible and very embarrassing gasp at the panel when we first heard Hope talking. Not so baby Hope speaking. How do you guys feel about not working with babies anymore?
I'm okay with it.
You're all totally
I love
cool.
them though.
I will miss the very heavy, creepy Chucky doll that we used to send in for the baby. That thing, I hope, is going to be waiting for me in my dressing room.
Yeah.
When I get back.
Extremely expensive Chucky doll.
Unnecessarily so,
It honestly costs more than any of us make.
It's got little hairs on it.
As though they went out of their way to make the most terrifying fake baby ever. And it's like a business. It's not just, we're not the ones with the only ugly fake baby in town. Like, like what movie was it that ended up with
Shooter.
American Sniper?
Yeah.
Fake baby.
You could tell.
Fake ugly baby.
It was like a whole fake baby emporium, just cranking them out.
Why they didn't shoot around that in that scene? That looked obscene. It was like ridiculous.
You're like, here's my son Chucky.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Phoebe, I feel like you are working with this young. Do we know the name of this young?
But we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to say it.
No, I mean,
the actor?
Yeah.
No, we haven't made a deal yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in progress. She's driving a hard bargain.
She's just
She wants
demanding more
vacation days and private trailer.
Mondays off.
I have to give up my room for her. I'm moving into a smaller trailer.
So there's a 5-year time jump. Hope is older. She's sort of more aware of what's going on. You know, before she was just kind of like just looking cute. At what point is she gonna have to get the talk? You know, like, this is your dad and this is your uncle, but like he's also my boyfriend. Like, how are we gonna like?
I thought you were gonna be like, so you're a witch. Your dad's a vampire. Like, that's secondary.
That's the less awkward talk.
Yes, that is the less awkward. That's very true. It's a very modern family. It's like uncle, your dad. I'm excited to see what kind of a personality this little girl has. I think that even though she hasn't been around her dad for the last 5 years, I think there's probably a lot of Klaus in her, good or bad. And I'm excited to see that in this like little powerful witch. Busy?
Yeah, he's just got a call coming in. You need to take that.
That's a FaceTime for my daughter and my son.
Oh.
Sorry,
Daddy's working.
Perfect.
Apparently this is more important.
Speaking of children.
So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. So that she's a real character, and she, you know, can really drive scenes, and she's not just a little bouncing baby in the corner. She's a real part of the storyline.
One of the things we talked about when we were talking about the age and how much you could rely on a 7-year-old to do is that we looked back at Firestarter, and Charlie in Firestarter, Drew Barrymore's character, was 7, and she was a pretty bright little kid, and obviously played a huge role in the movie. And so it freed our minds up to believe, like, oh, we can actually make her have a personality and speak in complete sentences.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When Hope was, you know, when she was kind of away, when Rebecca had her for a little bit, I know there was some sadness because, you know, as parents, they want to like see her in every step of the way as she's growing. So when Klaus eventually gets out of that wall, if he does, I imagine he'll be kind of mad that he missed all those major sort of milestones in her life. No?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, upset that he's missed all of those moments, I think, but also, you know, he did it for her safety. So probably, you know, I guess he's hoping she'll understand. But I think he'll be nervous. I think he'll be really, really nervous to meet her and to see if she can forgive and can understand the sacrifice that he made, which people are calling heroic. I've just heard it mentioned, you know.
Back in New Orleans, you know, we've got Marcel kind of ruling the roost. Obviously Vincent is keeping an eye on him, but does Marcel have any like friends left?
Yeah. He's taking a Ryer and what is it, Bumble? And
that's a dating
Tinder.
app.
Yeah, he's had a lot of free time, so he's been dating around, building his community. What was the question?
Do you have friends?
Does he have any friends?
Do I have friends
Do you have
personally?
friends? Oh, no,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
I have a
friends.
beautiful, sexy friend.
Which one? Who?
Yeah.
The witch. Wait, no, not the witch.
Oh, can we talk about her?
Sure, talk about her.
Yeah,
Narducci's
yeah.
not here. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah. Marcel does have. He does
That's
keep
right.
a council with a very beautiful vampire.
Vampire, not witch. My bad.
Yeah, can I say who it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, played by Taylor Cole, who played Sophia in season 3. She worked for Lucian, but now she works for me. So I got one friend, but I pay her.
You have Josh.
Still a friend.
Josh likes you.
More,
I have Josh. Yeah,
That's 2.
I have 2 friends.
Yep.
So plural, I have friends.
And is Vincent kind of like breathing down his neck?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely keeping an eye on him. I think while we don't have a friendship at all, I think we are in a kind of alliance.
We
because,
don't?
Oh man, I don't like you.
That hurts. That stings just a little.
No, I mean, but they are on the same team in that they both want to protect New Orleans. So, yeah, not a friendship, but
An
we're working
alliance.
together. Yeah.
Frenemies.
We're friends. Yeah, that's what they call them.
Speaking of new people coming, Christina Moses.
Yes.
I still have the finale of Containment on my DVR because watching it means it's over. What can you say about her character?
Well, she's super excited. I'm obviously very excited because I thought she was so terrific in Containment, and when that was cruelly ripped from my hands, I thought, well, let's see if we can put everybody to work. So she's such an earth mama. Christina is an actress. She's a beautiful soul, beautiful girl, takes care of everybody, and has a real great connection to herself, to other people, and also just the willingness to get fierce. And this character that she's playing, Keelan, is just all those things combined. She's a sort of new doctor who's a werewolf, who we discover early on as being hunted for possible venom cure business, and it becomes almost like weirdly a prisoner of the Michelson family because she might be their hope to survive, and she's a little bit tough and doesn't really like that so much. So there's a lot of opportunity for her to do great stuff. I'm very excited.
Sorry. He's misbehaving.
It's not true. It's not true.
And if you want, I can deal with it.
Pay attention.
Just say the word.
I was saying this when Paul and Ian were in here. I feel like these brothers that you create, like they end up becoming like brotherly in real life.
These two are much
Stop
more
it.
fun than Paul and Ian together.
Stop it.
It's the accents.
No. We've all had a joke and we've had a laugh, but I mean it now. So. No, it's just seriously.
Welcome to set.
Freya and everybody.
Yes.
Freya and everybody are trapped in that word that I'm never gonna even try to.
Yeah, me neither.
What it?
I like to just say
The chambre de chasse.
Oh, I can't
Of
say
course,
that.
the chambre de
Chambre.
chasse. Who has the hardest time getting that word right?
Chambre de chasse.
Probably me.
Sean
I
Connery,
created it.
Probably.
Chambre.
Aurora.
Chambre de
Chambre.
Did we all catch his Sean
I
Connery?
like to say
impression?
dreamscape. I'm gonna go with dreamscape.
Dreamscape is a better.
Yeah.
Let's go for
All right,
dreams.
we'll go with Dreamscape. What's going on in there?
They're probably just trying to hope that Haley is finding all the ingredients and clues I've left for her to bring us back. And then at that point, I still have to cure, my family. And so it's right back to work. So I don't know how much fun's going on. Maybe a little Pictionary.
No.
Yeah.
They've all learnt Mandarin.
Yeah. They've learned a lot in 5
Picked up
years.
so many different
Oh,
hobbies
yeah.
and
But there's going to be
languages.
shifts in all the characters for sure. I think Freya
Yes,
especially is
yeah.
going to go through a shift coming out of there. She's had enough of
Yeah.
people coming after her family.
I don't know if you guys have heard this, but your parent show, The Vampire Diaries, is ending.
It's a sibling show. We
Sibling
like to call
show?
it. I don't like to give it that much.
It's a
authority.
sister show.
It's a sister show.
Just
A
like-
sister show, sure.
which means they're going to be, a plethora of characters just chilling, not on a show. Are there any characters that you guys would think would be really fun to like bring into your world?
I mean, Alaric. Come on, I want Matt Davis hanging around
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
Telling,
Love
me,
Matt
telling me
Davis.
weird stories. I don't know what. He's
Yeah.
just
Be
awesome.
fun. Any one of them would
Yeah,
be
they're all
interesting to
awesome.
bring
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
Last
or bring
night
through.
there was some heavy duty Zach Rohrig bonding happening at dinner last night. I felt like there was
Yeah.
there was a lot of promises
I
made.
love Zach. I want him
Promises
to come.
made.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
him to come back. He was actually in the episode I directed
Yeah.
last season.
That's true.
Yeah,
Sheriff.
so I'm pitching
Oh.
for him in every episode that I direct.
I think we're gonna hold like a Hunger Games kind of
Yeah.
event.
Right, by the way, no, they're going to be all out of work and like really like
Yeah,
need
they're
your
gonna be,
gig.
so they're gonna be really
Yeah.
hungry for it. And
Yeah.
they're gonna want to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, a real life Hunger Games.
Totally.
Yeah.
Wow, I think you meant like they care. That's
No.
dark.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. You did lose, two beloved characters last season. Are they going to be? I mean, time goes by. Is their presence kind of felt Are they
Yes.
mentioned? All that good stuff.
Definitely.
Are they in Atlanta having wine right now without us? Maybe.
Are they
Yeah.
just off camera?
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of the show is that it's all about the deep layers of history, and that when someone dies in New Orleans, they become sort of embedded spiritually into the world and the history of the town. And this year, as Narducci said at the panel, hey, we're telling a ghost story. So opportunities can and will arise for us to revisit characters from the past, including the two most recent that we loved and lost. Whether it's a glimpse or a moment or a memory or whatever. But I think we'll certainly be seeing those actors again down the road.
I'm not going to say they will come back. I'm not going to say they won't. That's all I'm going to say.
Does Freya feel like some guilt over what she did to?
There was an interesting scene with Vincent when he says, you're just like the rest of them. And I think she maybe had a moment there of like, wow, I didn't know I was 100% capable of that. But at the same time, I think she's gonna. There's a little bit of maliciousness in her. She's similar to Klaus, I think, in a lot of ways. And in her mind, there was no other choice. Both her and Elijah made this decision because they didn't want to, but they had to. And if it comes between a choice and her family, she's going to choose her family. She had to choose her brother. So I think when she comes back, she's sick of people coming after her family, and there might be a little bit of a shift, maybe a darker shift. But I don't know if it's guilt as much as I'm going to do what I think is best. Yeah.
Last question for the group. I know, romance is not the number one concern at this point, but
that's my number one
At all times.
who among this group, I guess this would be a question for you, is going to have probably the most romantic season?
Oh, that's interesting because I would say everybody is going to have a run at it,
Hunger Games style.
Yeah.
Different kind of.
and so we're putting like good faith effort into making sure, like we haven't seen, we've seen Vincent's past with his wife who turned out to be crazy, but we haven't seen him dabble in anything in the present. And Freya has been asleep for like 9 million years, and Freya needs to get some. I want to see a scene with like Freya on a couch, like popcorn, and watching The Bachelorette, and like making out with somebody. And I think that like
Exactly. Yes.
ultimately enough of this whole like
deserves
nosebleed
that.
like spell nonsense, shaky cam.
She's been through enough.
Yeah.
Like a Hunger Games marathon and
Yeah.
a nice man or woman by her side. So
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for some nice romantic
Man or woman.
dalliance.